What is your memory from your first gig fronting Accept? You said earlier that, obviously it's a scary place to be. You didn't know how well, again, pardon the pun, you were going to be accepted or not. But what do you remember walking out on stage for that first time with Accept?
The first gig was in New York. I wasn't worried about that. That was my backyard.
Yeah, sure.
The place was full of people I knew. So I really didn't have, that wasn't that big of a stretch, but it was a good night. It was a great night. But then 3 days later, the next show was in Lithuania. I had no idea what the hell was going to happen there.
Yeah.
So, but I've never really never really had any bad audiences where people were disappointed that I'm not Udo,
Right. I mean, you clearly have the staying power. I don't know. You've been in the band, what, 15
years now.
6 albums, 15 years, something like that.
It's very similar to, and I'm not throwing all of these replacement singers into a bucket so we can just look in the bucket and go, wow, check this guy, But Todd LaTorre in Queensryche, he's been in the band a long fucking time. And again, just like Ripper.
I think he joined Queensryche right after I joined Accept.
Yeah. So kind of coming in and sort of revamping the whole thing and sort of saving the fucking day for fans, not just for the band, and like giving a new spark and a new outlook and a whole new chapter of the band.
Exactly.
Has just fucking killed it. And also goes through has to deal with some naysayers, just like all three of you guys have had to kind of walk the gauntlet and take the punches here and there. And sometimes
people are entitled to their opinion, man. There's nothing you can do about that.
That's right. And you know what? That's okay. That should be okay. It had to be hard for some of you guys, to take sometimes. Probably, if you read into it too much, probably bum you out a little bit.
I learned early on, don't read the comments.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Do you
just set yourself up to be,
I don't see how anyone, we're talking about three singers specifically, but I don't see how anyone could say or even argue about the credibility and the talent of Mark or Todd LaTorre or Ripper. I mean, these guys replaced iconic singers.
We could do a whole fucking episode on that. I mean, we did an episode a long time ago called Replacement Singers. And there was a lot of this sort of talk, and it was just me and Dave where we pick a topic and we just go for 3 hours. And we did. And it was kind of an amazing sort of adventure to think about Sammy Hagar and Brian Johnson and just all of the guys who have had to be there to like keep the train on the rails,
Yeah, for that matter,
Yeah,
But I think the point I was making is that, you look at like a Sammy Hagar and a David Lee Roth, they're going to have their two distinct camps of fans, and one's going to argue that the other was better. And my point is, I don't see how anyone can look at Queensryche or Accept or Ripper. Oh, and Ripper might be the exception because people are so passionate about Rob, but talent for talent. I mean, this you can't make a really valid argument other than just personal preference. I mean, all three of these guys have stepped in and just killed it. And the fact that they've lasted for more than 1 or 2 albums is all you need to know.
You're going on your second decade with Accept now, just like those other guys. Here or there, or him and her and whoever the fuck else. You're going on a long time with the fucking band now, with quality releases stacking up behind you. I mean, you have left your fucking mark with Accept as the fucking singer for Accept, and I applaud you. You've really killed it. You've just killed it.
And let me piggyback on that. So you've done what, 6 albums now in your time with Accept?
6 studio records.
6 studio albums. And so when you go on tour now, I mean, you're in a position where you're not just dependent on 3/4 or 80% of your set being your predecessor's songs. You're in a position now where you could justifiably do 75% of Mark Tornillo material and then close out the night with some Udo stuff. I mean, that's a huge credit to you.
Well, thank you. And it is true. I mean, seriously, we could just go out and do all my era stuff. There's more than enough material.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to play. You're not getting out of the building without playing Balls or Shark or
Right.
Heart. You know, it's just not going to happen. Or Restless and Wild. It's, you know,
Goes with
pissed off people if you don't.
oh yeah,
Right.
goes with all of the classic bands though, and I think Accept is a classic band for the genre for sure.
Yeah.